I don't care how you see me, I care how you treat me. That's what I'm being told by Imran Khan, not the cricketer or the president of Pakistan, but the lawyer on the Stephen Lawrence case when we had BBC debate discussion down in London. And he says laws need to be changed to change things. He then went on to talk about the laws that were changed after the Stephen Lawrence case for the better, which obviously helped a lot of maybe even black lawyers or people to be in those positions. But laws were changed. But he then went on to say that there's a 30 to 40% increase in hate crime. And I thought, well, if laws have changed, why is there more racism and more hate crimes? Laws can't change anything. Changing perceptions is what's important, not changing laws. So, the narrative, I don't care how you see me, I care how you treat me. We have to turn that around. It has to be, I care how you see me. In 1870, the largest group lynchings was done in America. They weren't black, they were Italians. Because Italians, while they were white, they were seen as inferior, as negative, as immoral. And they lynched 20 Italians because of the way they saw them. Now, the perception of Italians and Eastern Europeans were discriminated against in America in the early 1900s anyway. Not the Nordic, German, English, but the Eastern Europeans or the Southern Europeans. Because while they accepted them as white, they saw them as inferior and second class. They changed their perception, they changed the way they saw them, which meant that there were no laws necessary for them not to be discriminated against. By that, I mean there was no Rooney Rule necessary for them to get a job. There was no positive discrimination or affirmative action. You changed the way you saw them, and then you treated them differently. So therefore, we have to change the way we see people, then we'll change the way we treat them. If we do it the other way, we don't care how you see me, I care how you treat me, what will then happen is that lots of laws can be put in place, and there have been lots of laws put in place, but have they changed anything? It's been illegal to rape, kill, and steal for thousands of years, but people still do it because we have to change our perception. So, and I'll tell you why, because there's no law that can stop you discriminating. Yes, there's a law to say you can't racially abuse somebody, or you have to give somebody an interview for a job, but there are always ways around the laws. Going back to Rudiger, if Rudiger came to take a throw-in, or John Barnes comes to take a throw-in, and I'll move this back a bit so you can see what I'm going to do, and a fan does that. He doesn't do this, ooh, 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 he does that. What can I do? I'll call the policeman, and I'll call the referee, and he said, what's the problem? The fan will go, I'm scratching my armpit. Is that illegal to scratch your armpit? Now I know what he's doing, but it's not illegal. The law says you can't go, ooh, 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 but he can scratch his armpit. So let's make scratching the armpit illegal. Okay, we're not going to scratch our armpits, we'll boo. Now it's not illegal to boo, so if the whole stadium boos when a black player gets the ball, no matter how well he's playing, we know why they're doing it. However, it's not illegal to boo. Let's make it illegal. You can't boo. We'll clap. Let's make that illegal. And that's what we do. We keep passing laws, but there are ways around those laws. So what we have to do is change the way we see people, not the way we treat people. And unfortunately, everybody's just talking about passing laws. Passing laws will change nothing. Changing perceptions will, as it did for the Italians, as it did for the Greeks in America, as it did for the Southern Europeans who now accepted. They were always white. So this whole idea about the black Irish and they didn't see Irish as white, they did, but they saw them as inferior because they were Irish. Once that perception changed of the Irish being inferior, then they're completely accepted. The Kennedys, they're from Ireland. So what are we trying to do as black people? We have to change the way they see us, not the way they treat us. So, what are we going to do? Still look to pass laws and feel we have to just pass laws? That won't work.